Today's Monday. We've been here at the Seward, Alaska, which is about south central. It's about 2 hours south of Anchorage. Been here since Saturday. It's a really good camping site. There's a lot of camping sites. These ones that you see here, these are all have water and power. Every single one of these, and it keeps going for a long ways. You can see all the way down there. Now, not all of them have water and power. All the ones right here do. And these are put on by the city of Seward. And then there's a whole nother section over there where that guy is in the tent. And then another section behind that is full. And then you got all of these. But as you can see behind me, you know, you're right on the ocean. Then right behind me here, right up there is the famous Mount Marathon. That's that right there. Every summer they have a running race to where people run up it. They go right up. They start from not too far from here, and they run all the way to the top and then run all the way down to the bottom. Most people get injured along the way because it's the first person to finish, so you're gonna give it everything you have. But it's pretty cheap here. We're in the off-season rate still. Still a little chilly. So if you didn't have a heater or anything like that, it'd probably be a little chilly. I mean, it's get down to the mid-30s and stuff at night. It's been high 40s, even maybe in the low 50s during the day. It's $20 a night here this time. In season rate is $50 a night, or excuse me, it's $40 a night. And still, I mean, for a lower 48, yes, that's probably not a great price. But for here in Alaska, if you guys have ever watched any of the other Alaskan YouTubers or people that have come to Alaska, you don't get quite as much. I mean, there's not really much gas or grass, and you get a picnic table and a fire pit. Most everyone does, not everyone, but pretty close, for $20. Like I said, for Alaska, that's not a bad price. And you get the view. You're right here in Resurrection Bay. Exit Glacier is just a couple miles down the road. You can walk right up to the toe of the glacier. You could take charters here. You can do halibut charters, salmon charters. There is, if you're in the military, there's a military resort here that has RV and tent sites. And those two, they don't have any sewage, just water and power. There is a dump station just down the road that way. It costs $5 that you can use. It's really big. You can bring massive RVs, big fifth wheels you can take in there. It's not be no problem. But like I said, $20 a night this time of year. It was a lot more packed when we first got here. Most everybody cleared out. Obviously, it's Monday, so all the weekend trippers, everybody else has to go back for a job. Not everybody has an odd scheduled job like I do that allows me, large blocks of time off. But yeah, it's a good place. Seward has so there's a couple major, fishing towns, if you would, here in south of Alaska. You've got Homer, which is down at the other end of the Kenai Peninsula. You've got Seward, and then you've got Valdez. All of them are big fishing towns. So you can, halibut is probably the big, and salmon is the big ones. You can rent them. The friends that we know that are down here, their season kicks off in about a week and a half is when it'll start, and you'll have all the fishing you can handle. You can go for full day charters, couple day charters, whatever you want to do. Interesting fact too is here in Seward is the only maximum security prison in Alaska. And they have two big seafood packing facilities here. So a lot of your seafood that you're going to get in the lower 48, you're going to get from here. You're going to get from either Seward or Valdez or even Homer. About 50% of all the fish caught in the United States is caught here in Alaska and shipped down to the lower 48.
There we go. Eating our shrimp. Got one of them left.
There we go.
Yeah, eat that one. Bugger.
Hi. I don't think so.
Ew.
Grab it.
Ew.
All the shrimp that are in him.
So we're getting ready to head into the Alaska Sea Life Center. It's really an exciting thing for us to do. We don't have a lot of this kind of tourist type things in Alaska. We've been here once before, but it was probably
8-9 years ago, maybe 10.
Yeah, thereabouts. It's right on the bay. So we're gonna take you guys in there and show you what it's all about.
Okay, let's do this. 2 fingers. Alright, and now you have to.
So we have a few fun facts for you guys. We like to give some of these Alaskan facts because, quite frankly, very few people know much about Alaska. So here's a few facts that you might not have known.
So over half of all of the fish caught in the United States comes from Alaska. including 95% of the country's wild salmon. Seward, which is home to the Sea Life Center, ranks among the top 20 ports in America based on the monetary value of the fish brought to shore. And here's something that I did not know about sea otter. So yesterday when we were looking at the sea otters in the bay, I said, oh, I just want to pet a sea otter, which I know is not very realistic and you should not try and do that. And here's why.
Don't do this at home.
A sea otter is the largest member of the weasel family. I never knew that. So think of a sea otter as a floating badger or wolverine, not as a cute, cuddly little animal that you can pet.
No. So
No.
if any of y'all know wolverines, they're a pretty fierce little critter. They're small, but they're pretty fierce.
So they're cute and they're all over the bay and they have their little babies that sit on their tummies, but don't touch them.